for startups and entrepreneurship at Kingston Ecosystem Development. So while Shango is promoting, oh, hi Norman, just a very quick facts about how amazing Kingston is. So Kingston is currently 9th in Canada. They are 4th in energy and environment in Canada and 7th in hardware and IoT. Hi Norman.
Hi Catherine, how are you?
Great, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for the opportunity. Should I go ahead and share?
Yes, please. Yeah, the floor is yours.
When you see my screen, let me know.
We see your screen, but and now it's on presenter mode. So we see the notes. It's not on.
Okay, let me share from the other side. So why does it always have to make me go through this dance?
We don't see your screen anymore, but
no, I'm sharing again.
Okay, no problem.
Because I have 2 screens.
Ah.
How about now?
Yes, we see it. Perfect.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. So my name is Norman Msengimana, and I am lucky to be supporting the Kingston startup ecosystem in Kingston, Ontario. Ontario is one of the provinces in Canada, and we are always excited when we have opportunities to share through StartupBlink. So like Catherine was saying, we have identified a few industries where we feel like we are really good at and where we feel like we could compete with the best in the world. Even if we are ranking very well for other industries because of the nature of our ecosystem, going forward, we really want to put our effort in sustainable manufacturing and health innovations. And we've started this work. We have what we call integrated economic development strategy that we have developed in partnership with all the ecosystem players, the City of Kingston, the universities and colleges, and a few other organizations that we work with in this work. But how we work as an organization, as Kingston Economic Development Corporation, we do support companies across the board, from when you have an idea, or actually when you are trying to work on your idea, to a point where you're looking to exit your business. So we support the entire value chain of either creating a company or exiting a company. Here I'm going to share a little bit about some of the companies that we are working with and what's happening around them. Under the health innovation umbrella or side of what we do, we have, for example, Octane, which is one of the startups that is growing very fast for the past probably 3 years. It has grown, it has hired more than probably 80 new employees. And this is one of the best startups in the world when it comes to creating like custom body parts, like let's say knee cartridge. They can create one from the lab, and the entire processing line is kind of automated. And so one of the best in the world. We have seen companies from or opportunities from Switzerland explore how they can collaborate or work with these guys from other major cities in the world, the sports industry, and so on and so forth. Under sustainable manufacturing, we have a lot of cool stories or cool companies going on, from the rare earth minerals to like the EV or sustainable electric vehicle startups that are creating technologies or empowering technologies in that space. And so what we are seeing in Kingston is we have a unique ecosystem that I like to say that can compete anyone in the world, because I have two of the best facilities, like at incubation level and acceleration level, that help companies do not only validate the claims in their patents or in their intellectual properties, but also that help those patents be developed into sustainable and growing companies. And so an example is Cyclic Material that has just raised 40 million. This company came to Kingston 2 years ago as an idea. They have been helped to do not only validate the claims that were embedded into their intellectual property, but also now they are a company that has built a team that continues to scale, that is looking now to expand from Kingston to Europe. And so what they do is not something that you will have thought of. When I visited them the first time, I realized that they were taking, like, for example, hard disk of computers because they have magnets. There is no company in the world that was recycling magnet and separating all the elements that are in a magnet. So a magnet is apparently one of the most rich natural elements in terms of what makes it up. And so these guys, they are recycling magnets from all over the world, the first company to do that. And they have a very clear, clean process that was invented and built from this small city. We have UCore, which is a new company that has just finished a prototype plant. You can see the picture there. This prototype plant doesn't exist anywhere in the world. It was invented and everything put together to make sure that it produces the new technology they're looking to commercialize from the EV space, right from Kingston. And the government of Canada has just given them, I think this was 4 months ago, around November, they have just given them $4.2 million to help them realize some of the initiatives they're working on. And so we feel like when it comes to electric vehicle, especially, I can actually speak beyond Kingston. I think the province of Ontario is doing really well in that space. There are new reports that are showing that we could probably be doing, like becoming either number 1 or number 2 in the world in the technologies and type of companies and inventions that are happening in this space. Because companies like Volkswagen have invested in this province. Companies like Umico from Belgium, they have invested in this ecosystem, in this industry in Canada. And so like what you're looking at right now, Lifecycle is a company that became a $1 billion company in less than 3 years. Cyclic Material is the one that I was just talking about. Umico just invested $1.5 billion in this ecosystem. UCO is the one that has just gotten like support from the federal government. So you can see that we are kind of trying to cover the entire EV space spectrum, and most of these innovations happen right from this ecosystem. So if there is someone who's on the call who has technologies that could maybe complement some of the work that is being done in this industry, please don't be shy. Reach out to us. We will support you. We'll listen. We'll see how we can be able to probably help you realize some of the initiatives that you have. So what happens in this ecosystem? So we have a very kind of robust ecosystem. We're a very small city. We have about probably close to 160,000 population. And so it's not like a very large city, but we have one of the best universities in Canada. The Royal Military College is located here. So you can imagine all the expertise in the Canadian Army. Then we have St. Lawrence College. We have one of the best intellectual property offices in this country. And then, like I was saying, we have companies like Green Center Canada, which incubate anyone who has a fantastic idea or invention in the green revolution or green space. And then we have KPM Accelerate, which is like one of the best companies when it comes to helping any company in the chemical technologies space that is working on a product or invention that doesn't exist anywhere in the world, to be able to build like a prototype, unique plant that can help the company to produce or realize whatever it wants to produce. From a health innovation perspective or healthcare or health sciences perspective, we have one of the most integrated healthcare systems in Canada in this ecosystem. So if you are a startup and you're looking to pilot your initiatives, we usually tend to be probably one of the best. And then this is the story of how a company goes from an idea to probably becoming one of the best in the world. And so we have all the ecosystem, all these companies that are supporting, you are seeing at the bottom of the page, Green Center, Bison, BGM, they're all based in Kingston. The ones on top, KPM, Accelerate, all based in Kingston. So it's like a complete ecosystem of its own in this space. This is another company just to show you like the journey and how the ecosystem partners work together to try and help the company to realize the work that it's doing. This company, Spectra Plasmonics, was developed from a patent that was developed at Queen's University. And right now they are able to export some of their technology into the US. So this is the journey they took, and that's every ecosystem partner who played a role in helping them to get where they are today. And so we like to say that we are about between 7-9 hours away from New York, DC, and Boston. And then we are 3 hours, between 2 to 3 hours from Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto. And that's why we feel like when you have access to this ecosystem, you have access to probably around maybe more than 14 million market access or population access to kind of from this ecosystem. And we have what we call one of the 3 Canada-US trading corridor we call the Kingston-Syracuse pathway, where we work with our partners in the US to be able to help expand the market reach for our companies. So you can write an email to me via musengimana@investkingston.ca. But you can also reach to me through LinkedIn by writing my names, Norman Musengimana, and then we can connect and take the conversations forward. So thank you so much, Catherine. Thank you so much, StartupBlink.